This is one of my favorite towns in New Hampshire. First time I visited here was 1986. How long ago was that? That year I featured the town, a story I did on public television, the church, the Grange Hall, the one-room schoolhouse. This was a village out of a dream. Why would anyone live anywhere else? But you know, back in the 1930s and 40s, where I'm standing was called the Dismal Swamp. Snakes, mosquitoes, obnoxious gas. And it was because the dam you see behind me had failed and all the water drained from the pond and all this had become a bog, most unsightly. And even more importantly, the pond had provided a water source in case of fires. There had been a number of dams right there since 1787. That was the year that Captain Jonathan Brockway came up from Old Lyme, Connecticut and established a sawmill right across the road there. Over the years, a number of dams had been built here and failed. But then in 1952, interest in restoring the dam was taken by the Purling-Beck Grange. Grange was powerful and an important force in local affairs back then. The organization did public service, they volunteered, they raised money. And the reestablishment of the East Washington Pond caught their eye, as did the establishment of a firehouse, and the Grange got the job done. They held bake sales, they had auctions, they wrote letters to other Grange members in other towns asking for money, and the public responded. And with money in hand, a contingent from East Washington convinced the New Hampshire Water Resources Board to reconstruct that dam that you see behind me. And not only that, but to maintain it as well. And in June, volunteers met here at the site. They began cutting the brush from the Dismal Swamp. And that fall, East Washington had its pond back. And I gotta say, this ain't the Dismal Swamp no more. This is beautiful.